What if foreign films, from Oscar-winning masterpieces to your favorite Korean thrillers, were banned from U.S. theaters overnight? Donald Trump just proposed a 100% tariff on all non-American movies. Is this a bold move to protect American cinema, or a cultural crackdown disguised as economics? Buckle up, because this could change the future of entertainment forever. It was supposed to be just another rally, another round of fiery campaign promises, familiar slogans, and applause lines. But what Donald Trump said on that stage sent a shockwave through the global entertainment world. Standing in front of a roaring crowd, Trump didn't hold back. With his signature bravado, he announced what may be one of his most controversial proposals yet: a 100% import tariff on all foreign-made films. "They're flooding our theaters with propaganda," he said. "Foreign films are undercutting American jobs, American values, and American creativity. We're going to put a stop to it. We're taking back control of our screens." Within minutes, clips of the speech went viral. Newsrooms lit up. Industry insiders were scrambling. The idea of such an extreme tariff on cinema imports hadn't been seriously floated in decades, and certainly never at this scale. According to Trump, the goal is simple: revive and protect American culture. He claims that foreign films, particularly those from countries like South Korea, France, and India, are saturating U.S. platforms and sidelining homegrown content. In his words, "It's time to make movies American again." But critics quickly pointed out a glaring contradiction. Many American movies are built on international collaborations. From foreign directors to overseas filming locations and joint financing with global studios, Hollywood is more international than ever. This proposed tariff wouldn't just hurt overseas filmmakers. It could dismantle the very system Hollywood depends on. Even conservative economic analysts are raising eyebrows. A 100% levy would double the cost of bringing foreign films into the U.S., forcing distributors to either pull back entirely or charge audiences sky-high ticket prices. Independent theaters that rely on diverse content would suffer. Streaming giants like Netflix and Amazon, known for global content libraries, could be forced to strip beloved titles. So was this a genuine policy plan or a culture war mic drop? Either way, Trump has lit a fuse. His bold declaration marks a dramatic new front in his campaign, targeting not just trade, but the very stories Americans are allowed to watch. And as the entertainment industry braces itself, one thing is certain: this isn't just political theater. It's a fight for the future of film. At first glance, Donald Trump's proposed 100% tariff on foreign-made films might sound like a patriotic boost for Hollywood, a bold move to protect the American film industry from global competition. But beneath the surface, the reality is far more complicated and dangerous for the very companies he claims to support. Hollywood isn't just American anymore. In fact, it hasn't been for years. The U.S. film industry thrives on global collaboration. International directors, foreign production crews, overseas shooting locations, and multi-nation financing deals. Major blockbusters like Dune, John Wick 4, or Mission Impossible weren't made in isolation. They're stitched together with talent and funding from across the globe. Trump's tariff could sever those creative partnerships overnight. A 100% levy on foreign films means every non-U.S. movie becomes twice as expensive to import. Distributors will hesitate. Theaters may skip releases. And streaming platforms, which have built massive global audiences by offering diverse content, would be forced to rethink their entire libraries. Think of Netflix without Squid Game, Amazon without Made in Heaven, HBO without My Brilliant Friend. That's the kind of creative vacuum this tariff could cause. I think it's worse. Independent cinemas, which rely on international film festivals and foreign language masterpieces to survive, would likely take the hardest hit. These theaters offer an escape from the superhero-saturated mainstream and serve niche audiences that big studios often ignore. Under Trump's plan, many of them could go dark for good. And then there's the business side. The U.S. doesn't just import content, it exports it too. If this tariff goes into effect, other countries might retaliate with their own levies on American films. That could slam the door shut on billions in overseas box office revenue, a blow studios like Disney and Warner Brothers can't afford to ignore. What Trump presents as cultural protectionism, many insiders see as a threat to free market creativity. In a globalized film economy, drawing lines in the sand doesn't defend Hollywood, it isolates it. This isn't just a tariff, it's a wrench thrown into the gears of a billion-dollar machine. And the fallout could reshape how America makes, watches, and sells movies forever. The global response to Trump's proposed 100% tariff on foreign films was immediate and explosive. In Paris, the French Ministry of Culture called it a direct attack on artistic freedom and cultural exchange. France, known for fiercely protecting its cinema heritage, has long viewed film as more than just entertainment, its national identity. South Korea's Film Council released a sharp statement, warning that such tariffs could cripple international partnerships and violate global creative rights. India, one of the largest film producers in the world, reacted with concern. Industry leaders warned that the U.S. could see a dramatic drop in access to Bollywood films and India's streaming partnerships if the tariff goes forward. This isn't just about hurt feelings, it's about economic retaliation. Countries impacted by the tariff could respond with countermeasures. Analysts are already predicting reciprocal tariffs on American films, tech products, and streaming services. That means major U.S. studios could face barriers to distributing content abroad, which currently brings in billions in revenue. Trade experts are sounding the alarm. This may ignite a new kind of trade war, one centered not on steel or soybeans, but cinema. And the damage wouldn't stop at Hollywood. Streaming platforms already under pressure to produce globally diverse content may be forced to pull foreign titles or pay steep fees, breaking licensing agreements and alienating millions of international viewers. What started as a political talking point could now become a global crisis for culture and commerce alike. Around the world, filmmakers, politicians, and audiences are asking the same question: is this a genuine policy or a global provocation? One thing's for sure, the world is watching, and it's not amused. As Trump's tariff proposal reverberated through the film industry, a wave of backlash erupted, not just from foreign governments, but from the heart of Hollywood itself. Actors, directors, screenwriters, and producers, many of whom have built their careers on cross-cultural projects, quickly took to social media and press interviews to voice their outrage. Legendary filmmaker Martin Scorsese called the move a dangerous step toward creative isolation. Director Bong Joon-ho, whose film Parasite made history at the Oscars, said, "Cinema has no borders, and it never should." Prominent celebrities like Mark Ruffalo, Viola Davis, and Natalie Portman joined the outcry, framing the tariff not as economic policy, but as a censorship tactic disguised as patriotism. On social media, hashtags like Cinema for All, Art Has No Borders, and Stop the Tariff began trending. Fans flooded platforms like Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram with clips from their favorite international films, demanding that their freedom to access global cinema be protected. Independent theaters and film festivals also raised alarm. Organizers of the Sundance and Tribeca film festivals warned that the policy could cut off the creative lifeblood of storytelling, as many award-winning films come from outside the U.S. Even audiences, especially Gen Z and millennial viewers, have pushed back hard. These are digital national generations raised on global content, from Korean dramas to French thrillers. For them, restricting access to international films feels like an attack on cultural freedom and diversity. The message is clear. This isn't just a political or economic issue, it's a personal one. To artists and fans alike, cinema isn't just entertainment. It's identity, empathy, and connection, and they're not giving it up without a fight. As the debate around Trump's 100% foreign film tariff intensifies, one critical question remains: will this policy actually become reality? At the moment, Trump's proposal is not official law, it's a campaign promise. But given his influence over a large portion of the American electorate and his track record of turning bold statements into action, industry insiders aren't taking this lightly. If re-elected or given enough support in Congress, Trump could push this policy forward through executive orders or legislative pressure. That possibility has sparked intense lobbying efforts from both Hollywood giants and international cultural organizations. Studios are already drafting contingency plans, and trade lawyers are preparing for legal battles. But the potential fallout reaches far beyond the U.S. If such a tariff were implemented, it could set a global precedent. Other nations might follow suit, implementing cultural protectionism in their own industries, creating a domino effect of closed borders in entertainment. This could mean fewer international co-productions, reduced funding for indie filmmakers, and a decline in global cultural exchange. Audiences would suffer too, losing access to diverse voices, stories, and experiences that go beyond Hollywood's formula. At its core, this isn't just about trade or cinema. It's about the future of how we connect across cultures. In a world already divided by politics and ideology, the global film industry has remained one of the few bridges between nations. Now, that bridge is at risk of being dismantled, piece by piece. As the dust settles, one thing is certain. This tariff proposal isn't just a footnote in a speech. It's a bold opening move in what could become a global cultural Cold War. And the next scene? That's still being written.